Good morning, class. Beta Dhruv, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
बेटा बाकी क्लास के बच्चे क्यों नहीं आ रहे? कुछ कंफ्यूजन है क्या बेटा?
Ma'am, don't know.
Okay, do you have geography book with you? Beta, do you have geography book with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. We are going to start with geography, the new chapter, drainage. I think history chapter is complete.
Ma'am, exercise is left.
That we'll do in the class, bacha. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Let us wait for some more time, just a minute, so that everyone joins. Fine. Okay. Can we have the cameras on? Class? Very good. Pranjali, we have Vaishnavi also joining the class soon. Let everyone come. Pranjali has left the class. Vaishnavi, can we have the cameras on? Chalo. Let us start. But I'm sharing the screen with you all. Fine. We'll start with the new chapter. Can you see the screen? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So what is the name of the chapter that we are going to start? Vaishnavi, are you there, beta?
Ma'am, please wait a second. I'm actually connecting my headphones.
Okay, fine, fine.
I'm done.
Okay, fine. See, we'll start with the new chapter of geography, that is drainage. Now, I think you people have come across this term several times. So when I say drainage, what comes to your mind? Class, when I say drainage, what comes to your mind? See,
Ma'am, can you repeat?
what?
Ma'am, please repeat.
I am asking you. See, when I say this drainage,
Good morning, ma'am.
good morning, Zainab. Good morning, good morning. When I say drainage, what comes to your mind?
Sorry, ma'am.
When I say drainage, what comes to your mind?
Ma'am, a system of flowing water from rivers.
A system of, okay, system of flowing water from lower high upper areas to lower areas, okay, from higher levels to the lower levels, okay. Otherwise drainage, अगर आप हम कहते हैं drainage, तो क्या दिमाग में आता है आपके बेटा? हाँ,
Ma'am,
सीवेज,
ma'am,
एग्जैक्टली सीवेज. हमें हमें यही पता है कि ड्रेनेज का मतलब ये होता है जहां से पूरा पानी ड्रेन हो जाता है हमारे घर का, फ्रॉम डिफरेंट प्लेसेस wherever we have taps and the connection with the water, right? यही तो होता है ना बेटा, यही तो होता है ना?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, तो but this drainage does not mean that draining of water from different sources. This drainage means that the system of flowing water from the higher levels to the lower levels. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, see, in this chapter, we are going to read about these sources of water, like the rivers, the lakes, and how these rivers and lakes, they are important for any country's economic growth, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Class? Okay. Now, when we say drainage, it is actually a system of flowing water from the higher level to the lower level, as I told you. Now, this drainage describes the river system of an area. Now, what is this river system of an area? Huh?
Ma'am, the water which comes from the rivers.
Yes, the water that comes from the river. Now, see, if we talk about river Ganga, we all know that Ganga has origin from the Himalayas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, these Himalayan rivers that we have, namely Ganga, Brahmaputra. Now, these rivers, in due course of time, when they originate from the Himalayas and when they travel down the plains, there is a long journey that they travel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
after traveling, what do these rivers experience? There are several different other types of sources of water that join them. Like there are, tributaries that come and join the main river. Then there are certain other sources, like you can say a stream of water also comes. Fine, it joins, and ultimately the river water. Like if I show you the diagram of it, suppose these are mountains, right? The river starts originating from here. So this is called the source. Source is basically the place from where the river originates, right? Now, in due course of time, this river travels, a long distance. When it travels this long distance, and finally it, enters the larger water body, which is called sea, right? Which is called sea. Now in between, what happens? Here a tributary comes, a tributary from here, a tributary from here, from several places. Tributaries, they come and join the main sea. Now this place that we have, this place is called the mouth of the river. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Why it is
Yes,
called the
ma'am.
mouth? It is called the mouth because it joins, it merges into the larger water body, traveling a long distance from the Himalayas, from the source till the mouth. It is a very long passage. Here, though, it moves along the slopes, and then, slowly, it comes to the middle part, which is neither a very steep slope nor a plain area. So we call it the middle course. And then when it comes down to the third level, which is called the plains or the lower course. This lower course actually, you know, um, has accumulation of the finest particles of soil that it brings over a period in the due course of its journey. So when finally, you must have heard about Sundarban deltas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now see, these Sundarban deltas are basically the places which are called the flood plains. These are the flood plains where maximum of the fertile soil gets accumulated by the river, and finally it enters the sea, which is the larger water body. If we talk about Ganga river or Brahmaputra river, these rivers, they drain themselves into Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal, right,
Bengal.
class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Now, see, there are different terms that you will come across in the chapter. Fine. Just a second. Huh? Okay. So first of all, what we are going to study is what is drainage. Drainage is a system of flowing water from higher to lower, high to low levels. Then this river system that we have, it describes the drainage that we have, it describes the river system of an area. अगर जैसे हम एग्जांपल लेते हैं बेटा ऑफ अंबाला, है ना, तो अंबाला जो है, अंबाला एक वाटर डिवाइड है, ठीक है, जहां से जो रिवर है वो दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड हो जाती है, ठीक है. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. तो जो वाटर डिवाइड होता है वो क्या करता है, वो जो मेन रिवर होती है उसको दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर देता है, ठीक है. और जिसकी वजह से जो इनके जो ड्रेनेज एरियाज होते हैं वो उनकी डायरेक्शन जो है वो चेंज हो जाती है, ठीक है, रिवर बेसिन जो होते हैं ना, राइट.
Yes, ma'am.
चलो अब हम आते हैं, आपका जो ड्रेनेज बेसिन है वो क्या होता है. ड्रेनेज बेसिन को अगर हम डिफाइन करें तो हम ये कहते हैं an area drained by a single river system. तो ड्रेनेज, वॉश बेसिन देखा है ना आप लोगों ने, क्या होता है वॉश बेसिन? कुछ इस तरीके का स्ट्रक्चर होता है बेटा, है ना,
Yes, ma'am.
है ना.
Yes, ma'am.
बस आप ये समझ लो, ये जो ड्रेनेज होती है, ड्रेनेज बेसिन इज एक्चुअली यू नो एन एरिया वेयर द रिवर सिस्टम कंप्लीटली ड्रेन्स इटसेल्फ. वो अपने आप को पूरा खाली कर देता है इस रिवर में आकर, ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
चलो इतना क्लियर हुआ. अब अगर हम ड्रेनेज बेसिन्स की बात करते हैं या हम रिवर सिस्टम्स की बात करते हैं बेटा, तो हमारे कंट्री में दो तरीके के रिवर सिस्टम्स हम फॉलो करते हैं, ठीक है. दो तरीके के रिवर सिस्टम्स हैं हमारे कंट्री में. वन इज ऑफ द हिमालयन रिवर्स and the other is of the peninsular rivers. Now who is going to tell me the names of the Himalayan rivers? Can you name the Himalayan rivers? Any one of you, class? How many?
Yes, ma'am.
How many Himalayan rivers?
Ma'am, Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra.
Yes, Indus. Very good. Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra.
Ma'am, Satluj also.
Satluj is a tributary, beta. Dhruv, Satluj is a tributary. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm coming to that. You don't worry. I'll tell you everything. Okay. Now, when we talk of the peninsular rivers, can you tell me the numbers? How many peninsular rivers do we have in our country?
Ma'am, 5.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri, and there was one more.
Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. What else did you say?
Ma'am, Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi.
Mahanadi, okay. What else?
Ma'am, I don't know the 5th one.
Never mind. What about others, those who are there in the class? Vaishnavi, Pranjali. बताओ वैष्णवी. दिया.
Ma'am, can you repeat? Actually, your voice is lagging, so I can't hear you.
हाँ.
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you. It was lagging.
My question was, can you name the various peninsular rivers that we have in our country? Huh? बताओ.
Ma'am, Narmada, Damodar, and
एक मिनट.
Mahanandi.
एक मिनट. What did you say? Repeat again. Repeat again, beta.
Ma'am, Narmada.
Okay,
Ma'am,
Narmada.
Narmada,
हाँ.
Mahanadi,
Mahanadi. written.
Damodar.
Damodar is a tributary. It is a distributor. It is not the main
And
river.
ma'am, Tapi.
And Tapi. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Perfect. See, there are in total 6 peninsular rivers, right, class?
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Now, these 6 peninsular rivers that we have, out of these 6, Narmada and Tapi, they are called the west flowing rivers, and Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, and Mahanadi are the east flowing rivers. West flowing and east flowing. Were you aware of this earlier?
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
But I remember
No, ma'am.
class 8th, I
Yes,
told
ma'am.
in one of the offline classes that we had. So when I was taking a just general this thing, of from the students, that what they know about rivers and other things, I told them, never mind, it's okay. Now, when we talk about the peninsular rivers, these peninsular rivers, they are total 6 in numbers, but the very, distinguished feature of these peninsular rivers are that these rivers, out of these 6 rivers, only 4 rivers are east flowing and 2 of them are west flowing. Another feature is that the east flowing rivers, they make deltas, and the west flowing rivers, they make estuaries. Have you ever come across these terms, deltas and estuary?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me what is a delta and what is an estuary, and what is the basic difference between these two? Any one of you. It is just a normal class. Do not feel offensive that I don't know this.
Deltas are high fertile areas
Very good.
of
These are
rivers.
highly fertile regions, or areas, you can say. Perfect. What else? What else, Zainab?
Ma'am, I think estuaries from where the fresh water comes, or some a stream that meets ocean.
No. Okay, never mind. Anybody else in the class who can tell what is an estuary? Huh? बताओ बेटा. बताओ बेटा. Okay, when we say deltas are basically triangular areas, right? They are, if you look at the aerial view of these floodplains that are made before the river, merges into the larger water body, you will find a triangular shaped area. Okay, so deltas are basically triangular shaped areas. And when we say estuary are the funnel like structures. Funnel आपने देखा है ना? Funnel किसको कहते हैं? हाँ.
Okay, ma'am.
Like those people who must have seen those who have accompanied their parents to the petrol pump, they must have seen a funnel like structure that they put in the hole, and then with the help of that funnel, they pour that petrol in the tanks, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Nowadays we have pipes, but we have proper pipes, but earlier what I remember, they used to have these funnels, right? Now this estuary is a funnel like structure that is made by the rivers which are flowing in the rocky surfaces, right? Like I told you, Narmada and Tapi, these are the two rivers that are west flowing, and when they finally have to enter a larger water body, they merge in the Arabian Sea. Right, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
now the area, the region or the place or the space where these two rivers flow, that is a rocky surface, and these estuaries are basically made by the flowing rivers in the rocky surfaces only. Otherwise, if it is a soft area like say the Ganga river, if we talk about Ganga rivers, and if we talk about the Sundarbans region, it is a region which is very soft, and when the river water flows down to meet the larger water body, they form a triangular shaped area, right? And this triangular shaped area is a raised area, raised platform, which divides the river water to flow from the sides, and the water meets the larger water body, making a triangular space, right? But in the rocky surfaces, when the river flows, it forms an estuary like structure, which is a kind of funnel, जिसको हम हिंदी में कुप्पी भी बोलते हैं. आपने सुना होगा ये नाम बेटा, है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, perfect. तो ये डिफरेंस पता चला आपको एस्चुरी और डेल्टा में बेटा?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Very good, very good. चलिए, shall we proceed on now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, when we compare, just a second. But when we compare the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers, see, when we compare the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers, we find that these Himalayan rivers which are there, they are the rivers which are perennial. Have you come across this word perennial?
No, ma'am.
Any one of you? Any one of you, class? Have you ever come across this word perennial?
No,
No,
ma'am.
Seriously?
I think perennial is a tree or something
No.
like a plant.
No. It's not a tree, not a plant. I'll tell you what. See, we all know that the Himalayas, they are covered with snow throughout the year, right?
No, ma'am.
Right, class?
Ma'am, does that
Yes,
mean,
ma'am.
Yes.
ma'am,
Now
does
see,
perennial for a long time or exist?
Ma'am, these rivers will never dry up.
yes.
And these are at a
Yes, Prasun, very good, very good. See, when we say Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers and peninsular rivers are non-perennial, we say we are talking about the availability of water. Right? Now, this availability of water is basically because Himalayan rivers throughout the year, they are full of water. Fine. They never dry up. They have, whether less or more, they always have water in them. Okay. So availability of water is throughout the year in the Himalayan rivers. Whereas when we come to the peninsular rivers, they are considered as non-perennial rivers because the availability of water is not there in these rivers throughout the years. Only in the rainy season, they have water with them, and during the summer season, they dry up. In summers, they dry up completely. Most of the peninsular rivers, they dry up in the summers, and only during the rainy season, they have water in them. That is why they are called non-perennial, whereas the Himalayan rivers are called as perennial rivers. I hope this difference is clear to each one of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. See, these are very general things that we need to know, because if we don't know about these general things, terms or terms, we won't be able to understand what we are going to read in this chapter then. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
These rivers are also called as snow-fed rivers. Snow-fed rivers. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
And because they are snow-fed rivers, so during the rains, what do you observe during the rains? They overflow. They overflow, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect, perfect. But peninsular river, as they are not snow-fed rivers, so what happens during the dry seasons? These peninsular rivers, they in the summers they completely dry up. ठीक है? Beta, this much is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect, perfect. Now you all have books with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Shall I open it on the screen? Shall I open
Yes,
the book on the
ma'am.
screen so that easily you people can? Okay, fine, 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 fine. So I am closing this screen and opening the other screen. Okay, class, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can we have Diya reading? Diya,
Ma'am, may I?
Diya is not there.
Ma'am, may I?
Okay, Vaishnavi, read beta.
The term drainage describes the river system of an area. Look at the physical map. You will notice that small streams following from different directions come together to form the main river, which ultimately drains into a large water body such as a lake or a sea or an ocean. The area drained by a single river system is called a drainage basin. A closer observation on a map will indicate that any elevated area, such as a mountain or an upland, separates two drainage basins. Such an upland is known as water divide.
You can see the figure also of the upland. Can you see, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Anything?
Yes.
Anything do I need to explain over here?
No, ma'am.
Perfect. Carry on. Carry on, Vaishnavi. Carry on.
Drainage system in India. The drainage system of India are mainly controlled by the broad relief features of the subcontinent. Accordingly, the Indian rivers are divided into two major groups. First, the Himalayan rivers, and the second, the peninsular rivers. Apart from originating from the two major geographic regions of India, the Himalayan and the peninsular rivers are different from each other in many
Okay.
ways.
Wait, Vaishnavi. Wait, Vaishnavi. Let me see who else is there in the class.
Ma'am, may I read?
Okay,
Ma'am, may
proceed.
I?
Let Prasoon read, then Zainab. Okay. Yes, Prasoon, carry on.
Most of the Himalayan rivers are perennial. It means that they have water throughout the year. These rivers receive water from rain as well as from melted snow from the lofty mountains. The two major Himalayan rivers, the Indus and the Brahmaputra, originate from the north of the mountain ranges. They have cut through the mountains, making gorges. The Himalayan rivers have long courses from their source to sea. They perform intensive erosional activity in their upper courses and carry huge loads of silt and sand. In the middle and the lower courses, these rivers are form meanders,
Lakes.
oxbow lakes, and many other depositional features in their floodplains.
Okay.
They also have well-developed deltas. A
Wait,
large number of peninsulas.
wait. Let us have Zainab reading now. Zainab.
Okay, ma'am. A large number of peninsular rivers are seasonal as their flow is dependent on rainfall. During the dry season, even the large rivers have reduced flow of water in their channels. The peninsular rivers have shorter and shallower courses as compared to their Himalayan counterparts. However, some of them originate in the central highlands and flow towards the west. Can you identify two such large rivers? Most of the rivers of peninsular India originate in the western Ghats and flow towards the Bay of Bengal.
Okay.
The Himalayan rivers.
Wait. Anything in this to be explained further more?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Clear and understood to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Perfect. Chalo, Zainab, continue with the Himalayan rivers, beta.
Okay, ma'am. The Himalayan rivers. The major Himalayan rivers are the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. These rivers are long and are joined by many large and important tributaries. A river, along with its tributaries, may be called a river system. The Indus River System. The river Indus rises in Tibet near Lake Mansarovar. Flowing west, it enters India in the Ladakh. It forms a picturesque gorge in this part.
Just,
Several tributaries,
read. Zaskar.
several tributaries, the
Zas-
Zaskar, the Nubra, the
Shio.
Shio, and the
Hunza.
Hunza join it in the Kashmir region. The Indus flows through Baltistan
Baltistan and Gilgit.
Baltistan and Gilgit and emerge from the mountains at Attock. The Satluj, the Beed,
mountains at
the
Attock.
Ravi,
Yes. The Chenab. Carry on.
the Beed, the Ravi, the Chenab and the Jhelum join together to enter the Indus near Pathankot in Pakistan. Beyond this, the Indus flows southwards, eventually reaching the Arabian Sea east of Karachi.
Okay,
The Indus plain has a very
Wait. Anytime the meeting is going to end, bacha. So thank you for joining the class and we'll continue tomorrow from where we have left today, right?